Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here, and welcome back to Icewind Dale.
I am on it.
We're going to the Vale of
I
Shadows.
am on it.
Alright, so, Shadows and Yetis are all over the place outside. There are 4 minor crypts, 1 Yeti cave, and then the main crypt. All of the crypts are infested with various, mostly skeletons, a few zombies, occasionally shadows, and like a Gastro ghoul. Most of these things are lesser shadows, which means my regular weapons can harm them. That's really the only big difference. But see, a regular shadow that isn't lesser can only be can only be harmed by magical weapons. There's only a few of them in the whole area, but there are some.
Aye.
Alright, so the skeletons, of course, they don't take much bludgeoning damage.
I don't mind.
Let me see, what kind of armor class do you guys got? Not great. 3 of you just killed that.
I don't mind.
How can I help? You're agreed.
Alright, so melee weapons are what you want to use against skeletons. Let's let the zombie get into range.
Bring out the best.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
Come then.
There we go. We should probably keep these weapons out.
Onward.
How may I best serve?
Okay, so it's always worth checking the bodies of the skeletons. I like to take everything, simply because I need the money. But sometimes they have high-quality weapons that are better than regular ones to give you an extra Thaco point. Both of these people have studded leather, right? Yes. Let's give him a mace. Maces are actually decent weapons in Icewind Dale, and they're really not in... I should take a fear. They're really not very good in Baldur's Gate, because there just aren't that many good ones. Alright, so we have a carrion crawler and a few traps in here. Those are the biggest threats. I need to kill the crawler, and he's up in this room. Lure out and kill some of the skeletons first. I'm pretty sure my thief is terrible at going invisible, so I probably shouldn't even try that.
Very well. It shall be done. It will be done. It shall be done.
There it is. Okay. So as an undead hunter, he's immune to hold, which means this thing can't hold him. Now I'll keep my... Sleep can be used on Yetis. It won't work on the skeletons, but it'll work on the Yetis. It's got to hit in with our most damaging attack. There we go. Everyone wail on it.
Of course.
Alright, problem solved. Oh, whoops.
I am on it.
Alright, so there's some traps up there. Let's see, there we go. It's annoying to get the traps if you're worried about skeletons attacking you, so I'm going to use my advantage. Try to get to vantage points where I can see as many of them as possible at any given time. Alright, so let's see this. 1 better Thaco, 1 less max damage. I'd say the Thaco at this point in the game is more important. High-quality weapons are also worth significantly more money,
Forward.
but their value depreciates, since the blacksmith doesn't have any for sale. Which means they should not be sold as they're found.
Of course.
Alright, so there are some more skeletons on that upper path, but there's also some traps. Particularly an unpleasant stinking cloud trap. I can never remember its exact location. There it is. Alright, that should be the only one in this hallway.
Duty calls.
So if I round this corner, some more skeletons will be there. They'll attack. Just the one?
Done. Onward. Done.
No, it's not particularly exciting for the rest of my party. They'll get to do stuff eventually, as they get stronger. Ow! Well, there's the other trap.
It shall stand and deliver.
Good as gold.
To arms!
There's probably a third one up there, though, so...
Gladly.
No worries.
I think, though, that's the last of the skeletons. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure there's another trap.
I stand ready.
Apparently there is not.
I am on it.
Alright, so this was an optional tomb. 2 of them are optional, 2 of them are not. Because there are keys that you need to get into lower portions of the main tomb.
It shall be done.
There's like 4 keys, 4 or 5. Most of them are within the big tomb itself. You find them as you go through it. But 2 of them are in these side tombs. The next tomb we encounter, then the last one we encounter, are where those keys are at.
To arms!
Little son, sleep with the dead.
Ow.
Yes?
Of course. Yeah, I should keep his inventory alleviated, since he has to carry all of the pelts.
Surely. I shall see to it. To arms!
Ow, that thing critted. It wasn't an actual crit, because I have a helmet. But it rolled a 20.
Duty calls.
Alright, more shadows.
Stand and deliver. It shall be done.
If they manage to hit, yeah, they can give you bad luck. I'm not particularly certain what it does. I think it's just the opposite of luck, which I now have. Reduced by 1, a 66, now do 65. Flaming Longsword deals 1d2, 1d8 plus 2, plus 1d3 will do 1d8 plus 2, plus 2 fire. Alright, so it does some weird stuff with your, like, your saves and your damage. But it also doesn't last that long from these guys. So it's really just more of a intimidation. Yeah, no, that was the first one. Second one will wear off in a second. There it goes. It's more of an intimidation attempt. I forgot, I have the Seeking Sword as a Priest of Helm too. That's a pretty nice one.
Very well.
Okay. This cave has a ghast in it. Or maybe, no, it's a ghoul.
Very well.
There it is. No, it is a ghast. My undead hunter is immune to its hold effect as well, thank goodness. However, it is a potential threat, so...
Speak your mind.
At your command.
God's grant me strength.
we go.
I'll wash me beard in your blood. Duty calls.
Like an arrow.
So this tomb, of course. This tomb's actually pretty dangerous, or at least it can be.
So that's how it is.
Of course, everyone is right over here.
Ready? Very well. It shall be done.
I don't mind.
Oh, there's a ghoul.
You can count on me. I can do it.
Ghouls have very few hit points, but if they can hit you, it can be unpleasant.
So that's how it is.
I'm fairly certain this statue is not trapped, but I can never remember, because there's multiple statues like this that you can search throughout the game. This, however, I believe has a key in it. Yep. Druid doesn't carry much.
I don't.
There are a few skeletons up here.
Duty calls.
Yeah, no worries.
There's also a ghoul up at the top. The problem with that, yeah, you can hear him, is that there are also traps up there,
I shall see to it.
Like an arrow.
up this hallway, and a few more skeletons, I think. Ow! Never remembered that there's one right at the top. Alright, he needs to stay out of combat.
Attack!
Actions must speak louder than words.
There might still be a trap up there.
Very well.
If there is, though, I think it's behind the ghoul.
Good as gold.
You hurt us.
On my way.
Do we have no more healing at all? Yikes. I'm trying to think here. What can I actually use? Luck might have application, I guess. It's only on one target. 3 rounds. That's no time at all. Yeah, because Stinking Cloud and Horror are not going to affect the skeletons, and I have some basic protection spells, but nothing I really need for my mage right now, so...
Good as gold.
It shall be done.
That is one of the early game magic items that I always do sell. Alright, I won't use the scroll for that, because the scroll is worth money and I have the spell.
It shall be done.
Watch me go.
Tell me I best serve. I'll wash me beard in your blood.
Now, here's the thing. There are more traps up here somewhere. I don't think it's up there,
It is a
actually.
shame that we must resort to violence.
I believe it's down the other route. But it's the kind of trap that you want to spring. First, I want to make sure there are no skeletons waiting for me down here. Okay. There it is. Alright, they always do that little, like, despawn, then respawn thing really fast. Yeah, might as well.
Very well.
Okay. They hurt, but we win eventually.
You can count on me.
And
Like an
I
arrow.
don't think this thing's trapped either. But again, I'd like to be sure. Oh man, you cannot take a lot of things. I'll give you a club, I guess. It doesn't really matter for him. He's got a lot of things in here that could be handy. That, not really. This, though, this can be cast on anyone, can't it? Area of effect. No, it's just on the caster. 2 rounds and a round of level. Yeah. I'd take one anyway. It could be handy. You never know. Creature struck suffers 1d4 points of slashing and 2 of fire. And an extra 2 if it's undead, but it's not magical, so it can't strike magical creatures. That's a problem. Might as well carry these around. Could be damaging. Chant in this is not very good, because you can't cast while you're chanting. It takes up all your concentration.
Here I go.
Oh, right. Well, I think... I can't remember how many Yeti pelts we need to make that armor, actually. I didn't go ask Auric the Grey about it. Which was sort of
You can count on me.
short-sighted of me. But now I've got to head back to town.
See to it.
And this is why I normally use command prompts in these games. Is because it just takes so long. The difficulty, too. These enemies hit hard, and their traps are dangerous. The dwarf, though, he seems to be... Like, that's a -1. He's only got a 0. Yet he seems to be impregnable. I think that's because of his damage output. He can just hit harder and faster than the enemies. So they don't really have time to do anything.
I am on it.
Alright, first stop, he's the Evening Shade. I have to use Identify on that armor. You get quite a few magical items out of the Vale of Shadows. It's just such a big place with so much going on. And I'm not particularly overburdened just yet, so I could wait and rest later. Or I could rest in there. Like in the Vale itself. But there's only 2 more minor tombs, and then the Frost Cave, which isn't very big, it's just like 1 room.
It shall be done.
So I'm not particularly worried about that.
Aye.
Hold on, we're not done here.
You can count on me.
I can never see a reason to use Leather +1. 9 versus Piercing and Missile. It's got the same base armor class as this, except this is 6 versus Piercing and Missile.
Very well.
So just never use that, is what it boils down
I
to.
am on it.
I'm going to head over to Oryx first, just so I can see how many pelts it takes. I have a few things to sell to him. Don't have anything to sell to Girth. Plus I could sell a little bit to Oswald, but I'll have to stop up there later, so I might skip over this trip. I will say, for all of the faults that people can point out in Icewind Dale, its soundtracks and sound effects are just so awesome. They set the tone for the entire game so well.
Very well.
Take a lot of materials. Okay, so yeah, 10 pelts, 2,500 gold.
It shall be done.
So I'm halfway there on both respects. Yeah.
can count on me.
I'll clear out my inventory. I should then have enough space, hopefully, to clear out both of the other tombs. They're the bigger ones. I got, like, the 2 small tombs this time. And the items they have are... Get out of my way. Are completely RNG. Actually... Was that the only high-quality weapon I had other than... Yeah, alright.
Onward.
It shall be done.
I'm not going to sell those high-quality ones till I'm done in the Vale. Because altogether you get a lot more money for them, so... I'm just going to store them all in like a box in the upper room of the inn.
Of course. It shall be done.
You can count on me.
At once. Very well.
I am on it.
Oh, that was a huge longbow. I thought finding a composite longbow was weird. It wasn't magical, so I didn't even think to check. I always forget that those things exist in this game. Lower armor class, higher damage, but I think a lower speed factor. This one's got a speed factor of 7. A normal one... Alright, also a 7. An extra damage point, though. No extra THAC0, and -1 to armor class. So, you know, you could determine if it was better or not for you.
Forward.
I don't have anyone that uses longbows, so...
My sword, I am on it.
Doesn't matter either way to me.
I am on it.
Right, so I still don't have any magical weapons. I don't think I have any.
Me?
No. A few high quality. I've got those, like, 9 magical arrows. My thief can fire those if it really comes down to it.
Duty calls.
There's one real shadow in the Vale that I'm aware of. Maybe 2, actually. I think there's one in one of those lower tombs.
Very well.
And, of course, my regular weapons aren't going to scratch them. So I'll have to figure something out. But it shouldn't be that difficult. I need to get a magic missile for my mage. If I go through all these side tombs and I don't find one, I'll just buy it. Even though there is probably definitely one in the Vale itself somewhere. I don't want to wade through all the tombs with no attack magic from my mage until then. Alright, up here is to one of the other side tombs, and a bunch of more Yetis.
You'll soon sleep with the dead.
Whoop.
You'll soon
Oh boy.
sleep with the dead.
This is exactly why I have that. Never mind, it didn't work. That's disappointing.
Duty calls.
Alright, it only struck him for 1 damage. So he's all good. Dang it, I didn't take armor again. Whatever, mage barely gets attacked anyway, and I don't think armor's going to make a huge difference at this stage in the game. I'll take it once I get another spell slot.
I shall see to it.
Come then.
Aye.
He's been hit by 2 of them and taken 1 damage both times. Alright, he cannot carry anymore. 10 pelts is his max. So my paladin will probably have to carry the rest.
I am on it.
And then once I make the armor, I'll store the
You'll
others in that
soon
box
sleep
as
with
well.
the dead.
Because you get 4 more at the end of this place, and they too depreciate in value quite a bit. Alright, their chief is just below. And the Frost Cave is what he's guarding. He usually has a magical weapon. Everyone take a shot.
What would you have of me?
There's Muric's amulet. And a magical shortbow. And that's why you never buy one. I'm pretty sure there's another one inside Kreslak's tomb as well. You get plenty of magical shortbows. I don't know if this actually will work on them.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna have to divide our forces.
Right then.
At your... I am on it.
I will assist you in any way possible.
Try to hold him.
I am needed.
I'll see if I can hit one of them with horror.
I'll make this as painless as possible.
Is that all?
Alright, well, we've hit that one with horror, but it's not afraid of anything. It's still fighting. So that's no good.
Ready?
And my mage is out of magic now.
Yes.
Can we charm him? That did not work.
Speak your mind, gods. Grant me strength.
Hold on. Should have been using that from the start. This thing gets 3 attacks.
Duty calls.
Gods, grant me strength.
It also strikes as a magical weapon.
Aye.
May I help?
Alright, lots of Yeti pelts. And another level up.
I am on it.
Good as gold.
Pretty sure none of these are trapped. So I'm just gonna loot them all. This is where Lyson is staying. We'll deal with her later. You did use that, right? Yeah. Couple of cleric spells. This is a box of gnomish tools. We can hand those over to Oswald when we get back for a reward. I don't know where they came from. I don't know if they ever really explain that. They aren't in the base game. They're an enhanced edition of the game.
My sword is your... It shall be done. Aye.
I do think, though, if I'm right, that's all the Yetis in the Vale itself. Aside from the 4 that Lyson spawns when we return here at the end. I might not get both of these side tombs. It depends on what's in them. I'm weighed down a lot by these pelts, and I've already gone through a good amount of my magic. Let's
It
go.
shall be done.
Of course.
Right, we got a
I
goal.
am on it.
Guard. It will be done.
How can I help?
Might as well use their melee weapons. The mage can't do much more.
Surely. I'll make this as painless as possible.
Aye.
It is a shame that we must resort to violence.
I am on it.
I spread you too.
It shall be done.
Let's just finish off the rest of them in here. Actually, while we're at it, I'm not even going to stop to loot yet. We're clearing the place.
Ready.
Watch me go.
I spread you too.
It will be done, Guard.
Duty
I
called.
think there's a trap here. We'll find out. Yep.
I am on it.
I've thought things about the game before that upon closer inspection I turned out to be wrong about, and so I'm always spotty with my memories.
Sleep with the dead.
Agreed.
Okay, there are more traps down here. I think there's just one on the sarcophagus, but I also vaguely remember, like, tripping others. Okay, it's just the sarcophagus.
So
And you want to
that's
trip
how it
this
is.
one, because it summons skeletons to kill.
Not a problem. How may I best serve?
Oh.
Gladly.
Never mind. That was not the sarcophagus. There was another trap. How did I not detect it?
Come wash me beard in your blood.
This time, actions must speak louder than words.
Enemies always bring out the best in me.
Very well. I am on it.
More stuff to identify.
At your command.
Yes.
It shall be done.
Got a whole bunch of things to pick up down here. We killed a bunch of them.
Very well.
Another mummy's tea. I'll always take extra healing potions. These are both divine spells. I don't know if divine spells are particularly worth more or not than regular ones.
Aye.
Alright, well, that's as far as I'm going to get
It shall be done.
on this trip. So let's head back again. I should make enough off of the pelts and whatnot. Not off the pelts, off the magical items. Because +1 chainmail. And what else was it? A +1 mace. I can use that for this guy, but +1 chainmail. Don't need it. And I'll make more money this time because I got potions to sell. And those tools, Oswald will give me like 4 potions for. I'll probably want to keep them. I'm pretty sure they're good potions. So it's kind of bugging me.
Duty calls.
And just a little darkness. I don't like it.
It shall be done.
Alright, over to the Evening Shade.
My sword is yours.
We're going to be following the same pattern for a few times till I can get a bag of holding. Which should not take me long. I'll have one either just before or right after the end of the Vale of Shadows. Because you start really making money once you breach the main tomb. There's a big old magical two-handed sword at the end of that as well, and I don't have anyone that uses two-handed swords.
Very well.
I'll put the maces and all the pelts away.
It shall be done.
Surprised I haven't found any more high-quality swords. I haven't been getting great RNG with high-quality weapons this run.
You can count on me.
This cleric is loaded with magical equipment.
I shall see to it. Aye.
And while I'm here, I can sell the druid's armor, because he's going to get the hide armor instead.
I am on it.
It reduces your thieving skills, so I wouldn't want to give it to my thief.
Very well. I shall see to it.
How's our ammo looking? Alright, it's still good. I bought it. I have the tweak for those big stacks, because I still want there to be like an element of management to it, but I don't want it to be this constant annoyance.
I shall see to it.
And 120, Alright, so he gave me, 4 potions. 2 healing, 1 heroism, 1 invisibility. And on top of that, I have some other potions for you. That's a false antidote. Agility and genius, don't need. Freedom could be helpful. Don't need a fire resistance.
Aye.
Alright, let's go make that armor.
I shall see to it.
Oh, Myrick. Right, I can give Myrick's amulet over. I can go sell some stuff to Geth. And I also have a few scrolls.
I shall see to it.
Of course. How about strength? Magically increased by an amount depending on its class. Warriors gain 1d8 points. The target's strength is increased by 1d8 points. All points above a strength of 18 are converted into a 10% bonus for each extra point, to a maximum of 1800. For other classes, 18 strength is the maximum. Okay. That's a little more balanced, but not by a lot. None of these are good. I'm going to stop by Oryx and get some more stuff.
I shall see to it.
But an extra 3,600 experience is a nice boost as well.
I am on it.
I usually don't make a whole lot off of those. It's rare that you find gems and jewelry truly worth lots of money.
You can count on me.
It happens every now and then. But it's not a common thing.
Duty calls.
Same thing with scrolls, actually.
Aye.
And I kind of think that's nonsense. It seems like no matter what level they are, spell scrolls aren't worth that much. Return in 3 days. Okay, so I can just go rest for that time. So let's see here. He has a bunch of spells. I'll take a web, a mouse, and a magic missile. That should be it. Alright, so now I'm saving up 10,000. Chromatic Orb is definitely a keeper, eventually. Right now, I don't need it. That's good.
Very well.
And his stock gets progressively better throughout the game as well. He's also got the best mage robe in the game. They have a bunch of different mage robes, but his gives extra spell slots and like defenses and I think some magic resistance. It's basically a robe of the Archmagi from Baldur's Gate, but with extra spell slots. Sadly, it doesn't have a hood, but nothing you can do about that. It's better than Icewind Dale 2, that has Fane's Robe of Rags, which you get right out of the gate, is pretty much unquestionably the best robe in the game, and looks like nothing. It puts on like some shoulder pads for your mage, and that's it. You basically walk around the whole game in pajamas. But I can keep an Identify spell on me now as well. Oh, now it works. Let's give it to the mage. He uses it more often. That should be 3 days.
Aye.
Done.
Actually, you know what?
Duty calls.
Right then.
It shall be done.
There's no need for everyone to go around for this thing, or for these things.
Not a problem. Easy as goblin pie.
I shall see to it. I shall see to it. It shall be done. Very well.
Alright, whether it's actually worth the money or not, you can ascertain for yourself. It's got a 5 armor class, 7 versus piercing and missile, and an extra 15% cold resistance. It does have minus 3% fire resistance,
Very well.
so you're slightly less resistant to fire. But it's only slight, and to be honest with you, there isn't a whole lot in Icewind Dale that actually uses fire at this stage in the game. It becomes a little more common later. But even that's kind of temporary. Cold things, however, are abundant. always found this little trail down here kind of weird. It looks like it was meant to connect to something that just got cut off. Who knows what goes through the minds of map designers?
Aye. I shall see to it.
Does he look kind of weird? Now, the green and black don't go great together. I could change his colors, but I really don't care that much. Alright, well, I'm going to end this one then. We didn't finish all the side tombs like I wanted to, but I underestimated how heavy the Yeti pelts are, and I kind of overestimated how strong my people are. So we'll be clearing out the last side tomb, and then probably the first level of Cresselak's tomb. And then once we're... That'll probably take the entire episode. And then we can spend an entire episode clearing out the rest of his tomb, and then finishing out the quest of this area. So, 2 more episodes, we should be done here. But that's all for this one. So, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.